I need something better to prop this up with. It looks apparently. There we go. Experience. Experience. I've got to do something as a child that people only dream about doing. People only dream about doing. I got to fly extraterrestrial technology you people call today a UFO. And I was a kid. Experience. Experience. Hand-on experience. It's real neat. It's a vehicle. It's way much more advanced than your automobiles. Your automobiles, to me, they're highly dangerous. Considering there's a lot of other humans out there driving the same type of craft that basically don't know how to drive and don't pay attention enough. That can be really dangerous, especially a high combustible. You know, your fuel, very dangerous for the environment. It's not a practical application for here on a planet filled with divinity all around you. Although it is used every day, your automobiles, they're bad for the environment. They're comprised of mostly metals and now today fiberglass, which is also, they rust, they damage easy. They're hard to manage. They break down all the time. They cost a lot of money. And you'll learn how to cuss in Chinese when they do break down and you bust your knuckle open trying to fix it, such as a tire, get aggravated. But that's the human species as is of today with their technology. They weren't really thinking when they made the first automobiles. They weren't really thinking. They were thinking of ways to get rich. There was, if you look through history, excuse me, if you look through history, you'll see that there were many apparatuses that the humans were trying to craft, and to use as for travel other than the horse. Faster, stronger, faster, stronger than a horse. Kitty Hawk, the airplane. The first automobiles were dangerous. The evolution of the humans' technology. Now think about a species, another species of life, like not that far off from humans, that are more advanced because they've been doing it longer than all of you. I would like to learn their history of their evolution of their vehicles and their crafts and how they first started to use the form of transportation other than these two things right here, walking. Now, I was a kid. I got to travel and drive and help operate a UFO. I was sitting at a console that had a whole bunch of buttons. And I, through telepathy, my training, my evolution grew faster then all the human species all the human species modes of transportation instantly. I was aware of the controls that I was using through telepathy. I was aware of how the buttons worked, what to press, and I was traveling in time. I was setting up coordinates. I was setting up years with the others, the two other operators that were also driving the craft that were not human. I have experience driving UFOs, and I was just a kid. Computers today, like I said before, computers, to me, is boring. It's like having a fish tank with no fish in it. It does nothing. It gathers some information, but the information that you gather might not be the truth. It might not be what you're looking for. It might not have all the facts. It might not have the science to back up anything that it's proclaiming to have. You have to look at the people who are delivering the source of information. But it's in this that you don't have to have a military degree. You don't have to have a degree in law enforcement. You don't have to be a rocket science. Because what I was doing as a child goes beyond anybody's pay grade. I was flying highly superior technology. Technology that you can't even comprehend. And I was a kid. My development, my science, was that just of doing things that went beyond your comprehension. Fact. I've done it. So, qualifications on my resume. If I was to be morally correct, what kind of machine can you operate? Extraterrestrial technology. I did it. I traveled in time, and I was documented and recorded all through history. I even slept at the console when I was tired. I slept at the console, like you do at a school desk. I put my head down, and I slept at the console, which is most uncomfortable. There was either the floor, to sleep on the floor inside of the craft, or one of the tables, the examining tables. Because some of these crafts are designed to do one thing besides transportation, to study humans, to study animal life, to study whatever they want. Have a Coke and a smile. I know a lot of people will say, you didn't drive this, you didn't drive. I don't care. I know what I did. Just like your guy who worked on a UFO. What's his name? That guy that worked at Area 51. Bob Lazar. He got to work on a UFO. He got to look in it. I got to drive one. There's a difference. He was smart. He's a smart scientist. Don't get me wrong. He knows about stuff that I don't know. And I know about stuff that he doesn't know. But together, if we were to come together, we would know stuff that everybody doesn't know. I don't like landing next to power lines. It kind of freaks me out. I don't like your power lines. That kind of makes me, that's sketchy. Power lines. Never did like them. I don't like your power lines. They're everywhere. You're, what is his name? Guy who invented the good electricity. Tesla. Tesla had a vision, and it was a practical application because it was a science, just like the science I was giving and partaking in, being a participant by driving a craft. He had a vision of free energy for all. Free energy for all. But the people at, what is it? I think it's Westinghouse or whatever. I don't know what the people, the the government, they said, well, you can't put a price tag on free. You see, they wanted the money, they wanted the control over all to make themselves rich. You know, not to help humanity, but just for their own basic greed. So Tesla withered away in his apartment with his knowledge, like the knowledge I have. All my proof, you see. In a little apartment like I'm living in now. Same thing. Me and Tesla and Bob Lazar, we have a lot in common. Science fact is science fact. Practical applications. Practical applications that you use. Be it transportation, be it a design of a better power energy source. Knowledge. And a better understanding on how to be safe when applying these technologies is incredibly beneficial. So they didn't have a bathroom in the craft. They didn't have no food for me and no water. So I landed the craft a lot. I landed the craft a lot with the controls that were right in front of me, piloting a UFO. What is it? People only dream of doing the things that I've done. People only dream of doing the things that I've done. And it is a great honor for me for me to have piloted a craft of highly superior technology that's far superior than anything that you have on Earth. And that's the truth of it. Coming from the child himself, me, it is a great honor. Now, many people have said to me, well, why didn't you steal anything from inside of the craft and put in your pocket? You don't steal from your own craft, from your own crew. That's a great deal of disrespect. That just means you'll never be able to do anything like that again, because you won't be trusted if you steal, if you're a thief. which I'm not. So, my applications are still open. What good is a captain without the crew and the craft that he captains and helps participate in the actual actions of the experience of traveling? What good is the ship without its crew and without its captain, just sitting there doing nothing? What good is the crew without the craft and the captain? Teamwork. It's teamwork. Get things done. Just like if you were sitting in your car. If no one drives the car, you just sit there. If you don't have a destination to go to, you just drive around in circles. It's not a phenomenon. It's just a vehicle. It's no more of a phenomenon than if you were to see another vehicle pull alongside you at a red light in your car or truck. Would you call that a phenomenon if you seen someone pull up beside you waiting at a red light? No, you wouldn't call it a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon. It never has been a phenomenon. It's just people inside of a craft. A craft that's better than yours. To me, it was real neat that I got to help drive the craft through telepathy. I've learned instantly. And, my little fingers. Max, no. Lay down. Be a good boy. No, you can't have that. Talking to Max. He's wanting to eat the cords. Technology. But I would like to learn more about their adventures through their transportation history, other than, like I said, just walking. I would like to learn their first vehicles that they created to see to hear the experiences of their peoples who made the technology. I would like to listen, ergonomics. It fascinates me. It's interesting to me. The little things, the little stuff. That's what's important too. The little things, the little attention to detail. The thoughts of the creator who made the little attention of detail when he was crafting it with his hands. I like that stuff. What were their first thoughts when they were sitting on the vehicles? When they first started operating them? What were their thoughts like? This feels comfortable. This could be improved. This is really nice. I like this color. And then, and then getting mad about the vehicles, about, when they break down, you're like, hear their thoughts on that stuff too. Because that's history. That's something that I'm a part of, our ancient history. Because I got to drive a UFO. I did get in trouble a lot. I did get in trouble a lot being a little kid. But it's with this, it's in this that I had family. Being a part of the crew with people from another world, helping drive their technology, became a part of their crew, their collective. And then being a part of the family thousands of years ago, back in history, and even hundreds of years ago, and even millions of years ago. All the little attention to detail recorded on my walls, recorded in my photographs. Priceless information. History. Such great knowledge and wisdom. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm honored. I'm truly honored. And I'd still like to do more. It's better than sitting on the couch in this little apartment doing nothing. If I could help with humanity, I would, like I have been for thousands and millions of years. If I can help my elders, I would. We're all related here. We're all a family here. We all go through the same things together. And with like any new species that you create, there are drawbacks. Their attitude, their likes and dislikes, what they can be capable of. The affection that they need, the loves, because everybody has love. Everybody goes through pain and they need the good medicine and the medication, the physical attributes of each new species to help. To make a difference, to say that I've actually helped and made a difference is a great honor. It's not something that humans take a part in each and every single day. I would do it all again, but I would like to do it better. I love the people who have taught me so much. And it goes beyond your colleges, the knowledge that I hold and the wisdom I hold. It goes beyond your colleges. It goes beyond your high schools. The stuff that I've learned. It goes beyond your science, from your scientists and your science professors. Just a little ragamuffin kid with a little torn apart jacket, some old Converse on, green shorts and a shirt. Got a lot of love and was hungry, thirsty, desperately needing family. And found it. I found it. My family. All through history. Even though I was lost in time, I was never truly lost. I was always with family. Be it from people from other worlds, people who live underground, heaven, all through history. I would like to meet Bob Lazar and share my experience with him. That would be interesting for the both of us. He got to tinker with a craft, look at it, examine it. And I got to fly one. Time travel. Oh, man. Being here on the couch, no transportation, sucks after what I've done all through history. It's just a money thing. Money thing. I don't have any. And that sucks. Transportation there should always be free, clean, safe sources of transportation for all here on this world. Free, clean, safe sources of transportation for all. Free, clean, safe power, energy for all. Once we free ourselves and make everything good, because they're free and we can make them better, we will have a free society that cares more about the world that we actually live on and makes that a better place too, because it's taking care of us. We have to take care of it. This world is a garden. It's a garden, this world. Garden of pure divinity. A lot of stuff is alive here, is alive, and it's learning. But it has to learn on the proper path, the true path. You can't go tearing up the garden from which you come from. You can't bring weapons into the garden and ruin the garden with your weapons. You won't grow anything. You have to nurture the garden. You have to give the garden the very best to get the very best from your garden. If you were growing the vegetables, you would want the very best vegetables that taste the best when you cook with them and when you eat with them. You wouldn't want to grow garbage and taste like shit, now would you? No, you wouldn't. You nurture the garden. You give it the very best to get the very best. But that's just me. After all, these are the things that I have done. These are the things that I have done. These are the things that I have done and have been a participant in. It makes your science and what you people do today look like garbage. Being honest, being truthful, being morally correct, it makes it look like garbage. You guys have to play catch up to me. You guys have to play catch up to me. You know, I'm not trying to come off as conceited, but you have to put the variables together. Learning is educational. It's a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff. Have a lot of proof of things. It just goes beyond your comprehensions, your knowledge, and you say your people are wanting to be ready. You're wanting to be ready. That's only going to be a practical application if you're willing to take that first step on the 50-mile hike. And I love you. I'm not coming off as being mad or anything. I'm just, trying to teach, trying to communicate, Because that's what we do here. We communicate when we're not doing nothing. For me, right now, it's just another day wasted sitting on my ass. Sitting on my ass doing nothing. It's a big disappointment every day. Another day wasted, another day people wreck the world and do stupid crap that tears up everything and blows people up and hurts people, and sometimes the oldest ways, sometimes the oldest ways are the best. That doesn't require any special attention to detail. That doesn't require any fancy technology. Just like a picnic. Like a picnic. Going out and communing with nature. Like a camping trip. Just communing with nature. Because you'll never know what will happen next. It did for me. And I like that. I like that a lot. I got to meet people from other worlds, drive their technology all through history, became a part of heaven, learned about heaven too, and have pictures of myself in heaven. But I'm not going to be a thief and steal from the crew, steal from a craft, just to show people. I wish to continue on driving vehicles because I don't even have a car. I didn't have to pay any money. I didn't have to pay any money. I didn't have to have no special driver's license to drive that, to operate that craft, that UFO. I was just a kid. I didn't have to have no special operating license. I didn't have to go to school to learn how to operate it. Max, come on. No, you can't chew the wire. No, leave it alone. You're a good boy. There you go. That's a good boy. If I was Bob Lazar and I was working for that facility, I would have kept my mouth shut and continue on with the venture. Because to me, it would have been neat. And I know he would have the same thoughts about me wanting to drive the technology, operate it, to learn about it. Me and Bob Lazar have a lot in common. I would like to learn from Bob Lazar about his technology that he does. He did make a car. He did make a car. That's pretty cool. I like that he made a car. That's really cool. Good job. Good job, bro. Good job, man. Science, practical applications that you use each and every single day that are good. It's a good thing. My elders, they're really cool. They're so really cool. The people that I was with inside the craft, you call extraterrestrials, they're really cool people. It's real neat. More, do it again, makes me feel young. I wasn't afraid to drive the craft. I was more afraid to lay on the table. Once I got behind that console, I wasn't scared of shit. Once I got behind that console and started pushing those buttons, being a part of the collective through telepathy, learning about the craft instantly, I wasn't as scared of shit. I was too busy. I was time traveling, going to places, and doing stuff. All kinds of stuff. I miss doing stuff. Here, I'm just sitting on my ass, and another day's wasted. And that sucks. It's a real bummer. Max, you don't have to freak out and spaz out on the... Good grief. He's always wanting to be up in my business. This little one right here. That's because I'm his daddy. And I love him very much. And he loves me too. Well, we did enough talking for a while. It's been 37, 40. About 40 minutes almost. Max dropped my mouse on the floor. Something that I never use. Computer. Boring. Don't like it. Don't care for it. Really don't know how to use it that well. But if I was with one of my elders inside of the craft and he knew about the technology because I was a little kid, I dialed right in and I knew the technology too, just like he did. That's what you're all missing. I know how to drive UFOs because I got to pilot one when I was a kid. Just like riding a bike. Once you did it, you can't really unlearn it. Because to me, it was real fun. Button, 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 button. Talk to you guys later.